Okay, we are live. Good evening, digital lawyers. As you know, my name is Abimo Olayiwola, and I'm the founder of Digital Lawyers Network. I'm a business lawyer, so I practice law as well. For people who ask me, "Oh, do you also practice?" Yes, I practice. I practice. Okay, and as you know, today is my birthday, and to celebrate that, I have my senior in the house. For a lot of people who have been asking us different questions about, online law practice. Some people have been asking me a lot of questions. I said, okay, no problem. I won't be the only one to be answering you these questions. I would also bring senior colleagues who are also doing these things and getting results. So I'm going to be bringing them to you so that they can talk to you as well, and you can also enjoy from their wealth of experience. So with me today is Mrs. Tosin Omotosho, our Nigerian number one property lawyer. Clap in the comment section. I want to see fire emoji. Hey, people should join us though. Yes, good evening. Thank you, Chinelo. Welcome. Let's tell others that we are live. I'm also going to share it now. So Mrs. Tosin is a property lawyer, and I admire her so much. I admire all she does online. She's very good. I follow her on YouTube, I follow her on Instagram, and I love her strategies. So tonight I'm going to be discussing with her. But before we do that, Mrs. Tosin, you are welcome. Please, can you introduce yourself briefly
Yeah.
to digital lawyers?
Thank thank you, Abimo. It's a delight to be here. Happy birthday. I hope you had a very wonderful day. And
Yes.
I wish you all the things that you desire for yourself. And thank you for the great job you're doing with lawyers. It's selfless. It makes a lot of difference in people's lives. So it's beyond just coaching. It's very strategic, and it's very beautiful to see. Well done. And I'm also delighted to be here to share my experience, my knowledge with my colleagues. It's a delight to be here, and I'm looking forward to us having insightful conversations.
Woo! That's fire. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you. So please give me just a few minutes trying to just blast everybody to say, oh, here is the link. Join us, join us, join us, join us. We are live. Okay.
Hello, Mama Sarah. My senior colleague is here.
Wow, wow, that's great. That's
That's
great.
that's my Mama Sarah.
Wow. Mama Sarah, good evening. Good evening. Okay. So let's so that I won't waste our time. For people who are already online, people who are not online yet are going to join us. So I call this the honest conversation. Because it's actually, an honest conversation. So I would like to ask you, Mrs. Tosin, why did you even launch
Want
an
me to
online law practice? Because you know
Okay.
that lawyers generally, we are used to traditional law practice. I remember when I started digital law practice, I received a lot of backlash. And I remember that I met you online. You were already online before I came. So, I can imagine that you must have also had your own fair share if I came later and I got that kind of backlash. So why did you,
Mm.
go a little bit beyond traditional law practice? Why did you launch an online law practice?
Okay, fantastic. So, a little backstory. I was working with my principal, Ebolu Adegboro ICN. I did a lot of, that was why I started my practice. That was why I learned a lot of things that I know about law. And when it was time to leave, I knew I had to leave. Of course, I knew that I would want to start a law practice, but I didn't know how I would go about it. And that time was when Niger Brand Chic would go live all the time and talk about people selling online. So I was really wondering, so how can I relate this to my profession? You can't advertise, you can't do this, you can't do that. And I remember also joining a coaches session then. Her name is Ewa, but I don't know if she still coaches. And then, I was just trying to figure out what can I do. I remember I wanted to do graphics on Instagram, but I didn't know the app to use. I didn't know there was anything called Canva. So the very first post I did on Instagram was I just went to Google and downloaded one wig and gown picture and then said, I'm a lawyer, I'll be sharing content here. So it was from Niger branch, but no one was teaching specifically for service providers. No one was teaching specifically for professional service providers, and no one was teaching specifically for lawyers. So I really had to try and figure out a lot of things. But of course, I knew that the practice needed clients. And I saw that when I put out content, I was watching the reactions. So I talk about this, people come to me to ask questions. So at a point, I told myself, so if I talk today about property law, tomorrow I talk about criminal law, and next tomorrow I talk about divorce, I will be attracting different clients. So I decided I think I have to niche down. And then I started talking about business law. That was how I started. And the first time I got my first clients online, and that was it. So for me, I like challenges a lot, and I believe that if I can get one person, I can get 10, I can get 100. If I can get someone to pay me 10,000, I can get someone to pay me 100,000. I can get someone to pay me 1 million, 10 million, 100 million. I believe in possibilities. So that was how I started. Basically, I stumbled into it. I had to learn, of course, but for me, it was interesting because I was learning something new. I was learning how to run a business, how to do marketing and sales, how to convince people to pay you without them seeing you. And of course, I was very particular about not necessarily having a brick and mortar service office up front because of the overhead, because you have to be on top of your numbers. So even up till now, although we have a physical address in Lagos, we operate hybrid. I have an idea of how I want my law practice to be. I know how I want my life to be. Going to the office every day cannot work except I live very close to the office. Because when I was used to doing 9 to 5, most times I get to the office, you start in traffic. You get to the office, your productivity is already is gone like 70%. So you have to take time to recover. So I knew that that wasn't going to work. And I knew that this is a crucial time when my children are young, so I need to be there. So my practice has to balance. See, I'm not going to sacrifice any part of my life because I want to make money, and I still have to make the money. I have to be on top of my game. So that was why I just went for a and hybrid practice. As for the backlash, interestingly, I didn't get so much backlash. I guess so someone was telling me, I was talking to my website designer, and she said, oh, Tosin, your website reflects who you are. You're straight to the point, business like, no nonsense. I said, of course, now, if you're going to come into a lawyer's website, is this to come and gist? you are here, you mean business and everything. So I guess I didn't get so much backlash. Maybe people were talking behind my back, which I don't care, of course, because you have to focus on your goal and my life. So I know that a lot of people were still grasping with, oh, RPC, how do you breach RPC? You're not supposed to advertise, And then I must also add this Strictly Law Business Community. It was when I started, around that time, that Strictly Law Business Community started. And it was really beautiful to be in the midst of lawyers who did not just see law as a practice, but as a business. So yes, all of these things helped me. And that's how I bumped into law practice. I've said a lot of things.
Such an interesting story. I realized that you are someone who is clear about the picture you want. You are clear about what exactly you want, and you're not ready to sacrifice any aspect of your life. And in fact, that is great because for law practice, I think we've told some female lawyers the story that they have to sacrifice their home for their career, and a part of them actually have to be on pause for them to grow their career. The children will not, really have that time with them and all those kind of things. So that was actually very brave, and that was very good. So now, my second question, some lawyers actually, I think you've answered a part of it because you said, you believe you can get one person, you can get two and all that. But let me still ask. So some lawyers think it's impossible to get clients online. I've seen lawyers who tell me, no, maybe this thing they're even saying is a lie and all that. Do you, personally, have you gotten clients online? That is the question.
Yes, I've gotten clients. God has used this hybrid, this online platform for me because I only once did I do a proposal. Someone reached out to me and they said I should do proposal. And even there, it was not in the days of ChatGPT that So I really had to start cracking my brain and thinking what to write proposal. One naira I did not get out of writing the proposals. But have sat in my home office, and I've had people reach out to me from US, from Canada. I have people's property documents with me who have never met me before. Or they've only seen me online. So my mother told me something. She said her grandma told her that where people are, that is where money is. Today, as we're in this class now, we're all lawyers. If I want to sell anything to lawyers, this is the best place to be. So anywhere people are, those people have needs now, don't they? So you can always sell to them. You can get clients. And of course, it first starts from your mindset, because if you are defeated, most times I go into maybe a client reaches out and I just say, I think these clients will pay, and really they don't pay. So I thought that my mindset it was affecting me. So really, first thing is to fix that mindset. You meet people online, we meet people offline, is the same thing. We can get on a conversation, we can have a video call, we are seeing each other. So I mean, it's not much difference from seeing the person physically. And if people are selling products online, people are buying coaching services online, people are buying premium online, people are buying cars that are expensive. Okay, let's even leave that. People see houses. The first person who I did a property brief for, he saw the lady who sold to him, the realtor, he saw her on Instagram. And then he called out and said, I want to go and see the property, and bought it. I mean, what, a whole house. So I mean, if people are buying houses of 500 million, 200 million, 300 million from people that are online, what is law services that we can't sell online, that you cannot get clients for online? It's just, of course, about how you package yourself and how you do it. So you can get clients online, definitely.
Thank
That clients
you.
will
Thank
be able to
you. So it
without
starts
arguing.
from the mind. The
Yes,
mindset
yes.
is very important, because even the Bible says, as a man thinketh now. So that's just
Yes,
it.
yes.
My third question is that now, okay, we know that, oh, you've been online for a long period of time and all that. What are some of the strategies? I know, oh, we have a short time. You may not be able to go into in depth, but like at least one, two, three strategies that have really helped you and worked for you online.
Okay, so first is that is definitely it's content. Everything you put out is content. You share a story, you read, whether it's written or video, it is content. And actually, you should reverse engineer your process. So, what do I want to sell? So, start with what do I want to sell? Who do I want to sell to? This is a whole masterclass. Those two questions. Because if I want to sell, if I want to sell to people who are in real estate, who want to buy real estate, and they want to buy houses that are half a billion and above. How I'm going to sell to them is different from someone who he wants to buy property, wants to buy a house, and is his first. Wants to buy land rather, because you can't buy a house for that amount. Wants to buy land rather, and is that person's first 2 million, 3 million. Is different. So even in real estate, like I can't even begin to unpack this, because I've been in practice for a while, and about 2 years ago I got burnt out. So I had to speak to my coach. She looked at my page and was like, "Tosi, you just kill yourself now. You're talking to everybody." So number one, your content. Be clear on who you want to serve, what you want to serve them with. You even want to have an idea of how do they live their lives. Because I know if you want to attract premium clients are not online all the time. Oh. They are out there making the money. They're not on social media all the time. So that tells you don't have to post all the time. You have to post content that they see it and they decide this is the person for me. This person gets me. You have to be clear about your offer. You have to be clear about how you help them. You have to show that I can do this for you. These are the results I have got. So your reviews come in handy. Your knowledge is also very important. You have to operate like a business. Don't do it shoddily. So I had a client earlier this year, and when he came to my office, I usually like to ask, and please, you have to be obsessed with data. Just make sure you are gathering data of the people who reach out to you, data of the people you close, what the things they say, who are your best clients. So let me quickly tell you about that client. So I asked the clients, oh, how did you learn about us? I always ask every client. It's even in all our forms. If you fill any form on my website, they ask you how you know about us. So I know which channel is working, which is not working. And he said, "Oh, you're very organized. I searched for you. I saw you, saw your newsletter, and I just have this impression this is a proper law firm." And it's not a matter of staff or anything. It's just a matter of how you set your law firm. So don't set it as a business. Take it serious, not a side hustle. Take it serious, have structure. There's AI, and I'm sure Abimo can handle all that. We have automations and everything, but let people see you and know and be serious. I guess that's why I don't get DMs from unserious people and all those things, because I'm just very business like, because there's no time now. I still have my family, I have other things to deal with. So he said, "You're structured." I wanted to say something, but I've forgotten. I guess if I remember, I would tell us that tip because it was very important. So basically, your content strategy, not it is not just about posting. You can post and you get tired and you won't get clients, or you won't get the kind of clients you want. Yes, I remember what I wanted to talk about. Data. Be obsessed with your data. Don't just be doing things. Okay, you're getting clients and you're just continuing like that. You're not even waiting, stepping back to assess. Yes, I remember what I wanted to say. So I think 2 years, was it 2 years ago, last year? I have all the details of all the revenue that has come in every client, and every year I have the details of the revenue since we started Career Cycle Practice. So I have a spreadsheet. I have the clients and how much each client has paid. So I went to my spreadsheet, and then I said, so there's this thing they call Pareto principle, that 20% is responsible for 80%. So I discovered that it was just about less than 10% of the clients we've had brought in almost 90% of the revenue that we got. So let me say that again, and I want you to tell me the chart. So what do you think that data, if you do that data in your business, what do you think it tells you? So let's say, for instance, we've worked with 100 clients, right? And just 10 people gave us 90% of the entire revenue. I want to see if you are following me. What does that data tell you? What does it tell you to focus on? Now, if you're just starting, please don't do this. So a quick tip. Some of the reviews from those who weren't necessarily high-paying clients bought in the high-paying clients. So because you need the reviews, you need people to see that, oh, I can do this. So if you're just starting, you might have to take a number of different briefs, not necessarily high-paying, because as you get better, then you can increase your fees. Like now, I was looking at 2 years ago, a particular service I was offering and the price I was offering it. I was like, was I ever okay at all? What nonsense was I doing? But at that point, I was feeling fly. Do you understand? So you're going to grow. If you're just starting, you will need those, and you please be obsessed with collecting reviews too. Let people give you their reviews. Set up a Google My Business page. Thank you, Mama Sarah. That data tells me to focus on the 20%. So you take the data of those 20%, go to ChatGPT and say, I'm a this lawyer. These are the attributes. Look at the attributes. What gender? What kind of work do they do? Where do they work? Is it a company and you will, because it means you do less work and get more money. And because we offer services, it's a lot of mental work, mental, emotional, everything. So I personally believe, everybody might not agree, that I would rather work with fewer clients. I and my team would rather work with fewer clients and get paid well, and we can offer them the best than work with so many people who are stretched thin and we're not giving our best to the brief. So correct reviews, very, very important. Be obsessed with data. Always go back to your data. So you know, what are we doing? Which channels are working? Which ones are not working? What are people saying? Ask them for feedback. Sometimes the feedback you will get from clients will be what you will use to even develop products, to refine your services. When clients are satisfied, they will tell you everything that you need to know. And of course, if you use social media, likes, comments, views, vanity metrics, these are just vanity metrics, because the people that will use your services, most of them might not ever engage with your post. You might never know they follow. You might never like or comment. They will just slide into your DM and say, I've been following you and I've been saying whenever I want to buy a property, it's you I'll call. So you'll be like, you've been following me. This is so shocking, no? And that's just it. And they don't stress you. And they just, because they've been following you, consuming your content. So they are primed. So it's not money is not an issue. Even if they are negotiating, it's not because it's a deal breaker for them. It's just because as Nigerians we must negotiate. You know how we're brought up. So if you go to the market and you come back and tell your mom that they call something this price and you bought it. So we're just brought up that way. So that's being data obsessed. Your content, be clear on who you want to serve, how you want to serve them, what you want to serve them. Be structured. Don't operate haphazardly. Don't operate haphazardly. Look at your data and let your data guide you in doing smart work. So you're not just walking just like that, just like being on the treadmill forever, and then one day you're tired. I remember one story, but we're just on question number 3. So let me leave that story. Maybe I'll say it later.
Actually, I would allow you to share the story because I'm looking at my questions and I can see that in question number 3, you've answered 4, 5, 6, and even
So,
almost part of 7.
so
Because
let
I'm
me
looking
tell
at it and I'm like, okay, I'm ticking it the way you were talking about some of the strategies, and I'm like, oh, no. Oh, she has answered almost 4 questions in one. So please go ahead.
Okay. So when I was in litigation, there was this day I went to court in Ekpe and the court was not sitting. So we were just sitting down. And you know how it is in court now, lawyers be gisting. So this elderly lawyer was now telling us how one day he had to sit down to rethink his life and all the things he was doing. He said that he was very busy. You know, litigation lawyer always going to court. Everybody in the neighborhood greeting him. The law. He said it was Christmas. He couldn't afford to buy chicken for his his children, and he had been working since January. Now I'm talking about more than 8 years ago, not now that chicken is expensive. So he said when he got back to the office in January, he called his litigation staff, his litigation clerk, and said, please, all these files in this office, I need you to help me review all of them. Let me know the clients that are paying. Let me know the ones that are not paying. The ones that are paying, we will take them. The ones that cannot pay or are not paying or that cannot pay and we can afford to do pro bono, we'll do it. But we're not going to continue like this. Aside for all the work he was doing at Christmas, he could not even buy chicken for his family. And so I learned at that moment back then that you have to always track what is happening. You have to always track of, and of course, like I said, treat your practice as a business. It has to be profitable. The numbers has to make sense. Well, for those who are on this call, I know some people will say, "Oh, law is not a practice. Law is a practice. It's not a business." I'm really not interested in getting into that conversation. But I know I can tell you on this call because I know the people who are here. I know that your growth you're growth oriented and you're business oriented. So let's tell ourselves the truth here. The truth is not for social media everywhere. It's just for when you have people who are of like mind. We can tell ourselves the truth. When we get there, we just keep quiet and look. But it is a business. It has to be profitable because if at the end of everything you spend your time, your energy, your mental energy, and the maths is not mathsing. Is that the right word? Is that what Gen Z says? It would really be disheartening. Welcome, sir. Learned Counsel, welcome to the live session. Yeah,
Thank you very
muted.
much for having me. Thank you very much for having me.
All right, sir.
How are you,
Welcome.
ma? I'm
I'm
also
doing.
learning at your feet, ma. Lovely.
We are all learning. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. All right. Thank you very much.
Welcome, sir. We are glad to have you. So you'll be coming up shortly. Mrs. Tosi Omotosho, you have 2 minutes left. So we'll
Okay.
not be able to go through the remaining questions. But really, we have learned because even from this last one you said a lot of things. Data, 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 data. Please watch your data, then have structure. get reviews. I think that's one. I don't think lawyers get reviews enough, because I know that a lot of times I push lawyers. They'll be like, some lawyers were even asking me during this last challenge that is it not against the RPC for them to post reviews? I was like,
Exactly.
okay, it depends on the way you write the review, but the truth is you need reviews.
Yes.
Would like your final thoughts, man, so that we can bring Mr. Ige up.
Okay. So my final thoughts would be, as a litigation lawyer, my boss would always tell me, lawyers don't say I think. Lawyers will go and research and know what the law says. Like if you like I tell my staff, please don't tell me you are thinking on a matter of law. There's law reports there. So even this RPC thing, have we taken our time to really study it? Because the lady reached out to me. She I think she was a student or something. She had told me something that sounded so alien. I said, please go and do your research, and then you do the research that you do. Tell me, write it. This thing that you told me, write it out and put the law that is backing it. Maybe because of my background as a litigation lawyer, I like thorough work. So when she went to check and came back to them, she said it's not there. Stop listening to hearsay. So please, we've said a lot today. I've said a lot today, and you're still going to hear a lot. You're still going to learn a lot. The most important thing is to implement, because nobody is going to come and do it for you. You have to do it by yourself. So those are my final thoughts. Thank you for having me.
Wow, thank you so much. Everybody say thank you to Mrs. Tosi Owotosho in the comment section, because personally, this is a whole masterclass that, in fact, we are supposed to pay heavily for, and she has graciously shared her wealth of experience, because it's not easy. It's not everybody that can freely share their experience with their colleagues. I've seen people who called me to tell me, why are you people sharing these things? I mean, just let a few, of us have this information and do your thing. Why are you sharing all these things? So I do not take it for granted. Sincerely, I do not take it for granted. On behalf of Digital Lawyers Network, we say thank you to you, Ma. We love you. Thank you. Bye for
Thank
now.
you. Bye. Thank
Bye.
you.
Thank you. Good evening, sir. Mr. Ige, good evening.
Good evening, ma. How are you today? Thank you for having me.
I'm
Happy birthday to
fine.
you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for honoring this call, this invitation. We do not take it for granted. Thank you so much. You're
No.
welcome, and we do not want to waste your time. So I just want to like ask for your experience in online law practice, because I see that you are very good on social media, you educate the public, you do a lot. And in fact, at times I wonder where you get the strength from. I won't lie, because I know that social media, it's a lot of work. So I want to start by asking, running an online law practice is not something that is common. It's not something that is in line with our traditional law practice. Can you tell us briefly what really like made you to launch an online law practice? What's made you to, launch out online and to pick that decision?
All right. Thank you. It started out as, when you're in business, I just saw that the conventional practice was limiting in terms of you have to reach out to XYZ to get across. When I first started, I started on my own, and then I had to reach out to family members. Uncle knows someone somewhere. Let me introduce you to this person and all that. I just said you can't keep doing this thing this way. Of course, it's a way of reaching out to people, but I now discovered that when you post certain things on your WhatsApp status, or you put it on your Facebook, or you put it on your, because I happen to have done business, and I just saw that if I want to sell my car, all you just need to do is put it on GG, and people are already buying from you. So law, like Mr. Motos earlier said, is a practice, but it's also a business. And now, if it is a business, you must look for a way to show people what you are doing. And now, it brings me to another point. At the point, we had a discussion on the YLF forum, and we discovered that most of the top tier law firms were having, they do proposals, they do prospectus. And you look at it, what you as an individual or a small law firm is doing is virtually what It's the same thing. You guys are doing the same thing. At times, you can even be doing it better than them. What is the difference? Projection. They had access to the clientele. They had reach. They could do newspaper adverts. They could, not the adverts like editorials, think pieces, and all that. So I just said, wow, I have access to social media. And funny enough, I'm not a social media person. But one day I just said I used to share it on my WhatsApp. Yeah, that's true. I'm quite an introvert. Now, so over time, I just saw that when you put this thing on WhatsApp, people will just reach out to you and say, oh, please, can you advise me on this? How much do you charge for consultation? That's on my small micro WhatsApp forum. Now imagine what you would do on social media. So that's how it started. And over time, people who would come to you online would become friends, will become good clients, and you now bring them in as the offline clients. So basically, that's how it started. I just wanted, to educate the people on the procedures of the law without it being boring. That's why, everybody section this, section that, and I didn't want something like that. I just wanted something that would explain to me when what's traffic, when you break the law in traffic, what does it mean? Well, they will say that, I needed something that could reach out to people. And when I started, like you said, people were reaching out to me that, why are you teaching them? Let them get in trouble. But, knowledge, when you share knowledge like this, when people understand, they feel that, yes, you are somebody that we can come to, somebody we can do business with. They don't come to you because they feel that you are going to charge them. They just feel that I have a problem. Who can solve my problem? So online practice is the way to go. Thank you.
Wow, thank you so much for that, sir. Okay, so another question I want to ask, I think you've answered it a bit, but let me still ask, is that some lawyers still think that it's impossible to get clients online, that law practice, in fact, I've seen lawyers who tell me that all this online law practice that they are talking about, that it's a lie, it doesn't work, people don't get clients online. In fact, how will someone just want to forum shop a lawyer, maybe online and all that? So what has been your own experience, sir?
Yes, well, the experience has been mind-blowing. Now, when you have an online practice, you are borderless. That means that your clientele is not limited to Nigeria, is not limited to your domicile. When I mean, if you're in Lagos, that means that you can only do briefs that are in Lagos. As far as, as of today, I have, and another thing that I would maybe talk about later is collaboration. I've had instances, probably I do a talk on a particular thing, and people are saying, oh, we have the same problem in Port Harcourt. I have the same problem in Akure. I don't have that, I don't have the capacity to open law firms in all these places. But what I know is that I collaborate with friends, I collaborate with reliable colleagues who can handle matters. Having said that, going back to your question, online is where, it's borderless. You can reach anybody, everybody sees you. You are not sure. People send your contents to people who are in South Africa, people who are outside the country. So at times, I've even had people asking questions. And I'm asking, this is alien to our law. They said, no, this is happening in Croatia. I said, but I'm in Nigeria. Which one is Croatia? So what it means is that it shows you that you have access to everybody. That means that that's on one side. So that means that you have quite a number of clients. The reach is limitless. And what will blow your mind about online law practice is that you have access to fees that will blow your mind. At times, people will say, there are times okay, I'll give you an example. Sometimes in 2019 or 2020, somebody reached out to me. That was the COVID period. And he did a consultation. And when he reached out to me for consultation, ordinarily, at that time, I was still doing the pro bono online thing, just ask me a question and go. He said, how much do we give you for your services? I said, considering that it's Saturday morning, what's on your mind? And he mentioned the figure. I was supposed like maybe it's a typographical error. You understand? And I said, I know Oga now. And I said, I know Oga. The next thing is he added another zero. So what it means is that clients are very much online. They are very much online. And once you can prove to them that you can get the job done, you have an idea of the topic. And most times, some will just come out, people share your content. People say, well, I've asked this lawyer a particular question. I believe that he can answer it. So the next person that comes, you can actually charge them 50% or 100% more than the person that came to you initially. So online, when it comes to having clients online, trust me, there is no limit to how much people you can get to patronize your legal business or your firm.
Thank you, sir. And I just wanted to say that when you said, people will share your videos and all that, do you know it has happened to me before? Because people will just share your videos. And if you're not careful, if you're a lawyer, you are good, and you're not making videos, even your clients, they will share the videos of other lawyers with you
I
on
agree
a
with you
particular matter.
100%.
And if you're not careful, you have started losing those clients. That's the truth,
Yes.
because they are now listening to that lawyer more, and they will believe that lawyer. So you just have to step it up a bit, and that is just it. Thank you so much. Now, I want to
Well,
ask, sir, what are some of the strategies that has really worked for you in growing your online law practices, in growing including your social media following? We know that, okay, it's vanity metrics and all that, but we still need it. Even though some of the people that reach out to us to now do business with us, they are not people that, okay, maybe at times they're not the ones that even comment or like or something, but then we still need, because they need that market noise so that the people at the back can hear. So what are some of the strategies that has really helped you? I'm merging two together in getting clients online and in growing your social media following. Thank you.
now, the truth of it is that when you are online, you must view it as a business. You must view it as something that is mandatory. Your going to court is as important as showing up online. The online space is your marketplace. Do you understand? There are some people who don't have an office. That is your own office. Facebook, TikTok, Instagram. That should be your office. So that means that when you get to your office, you clean, you pay the NEPA bill. That's the same way you should treat your online business. That means you must go there every day. Because what would you say of a lawyer who doesn't go to his office every day? That means that that person is not serious. Because we're talking about digital law practice. Show up for work every day. Even if you have to go to court in the morning, at the end of the day, you come back and show up at your workplace. And that what does that bring me into? Consistency. People want, thankfully the algorithm and all that would always show up on the part of the diligence. So you must ensure that you keep one content per day. Just ensure that you're online every time, because that's where your clients are. That's where your customers. There are people who rely on you, who depend on your knowledge for everyday thing. People ask you as much as talking about their will, asking you about transportation, asking you about just about anything. Anything happens on the social media. VDM is cursing somebody out. Somebody's already in my DM asking me, "Okay, the lawyer, what do you think?" Some people tag you in the comment section. "Oh, Galaya, what do you think?" Now, all these things drive traffic to you. And so it is important that you ensure that you show up content. And number two, always ensure that whatever you are teaching people online is true. Don't join the bandwagon for quickly posting something. Don't join the bandwagon where people want to quickly be seen online for an activity. Ensure that if you are going to talk about anything online, is what you have verified, is a law, is law that you know. You understand? It's not mandatory that you talk about every topic. Once people, I have people who say that, "Oh, since Oga lawyer has said this, it must be true." But there are some lawyers, when you see what they post online, you just disagree. Probably they feel that they want to drive traffic to their page, and they are saying what is not the position of the law. And people are watching. And like you mentioned something earlier that there are some people who don't comment, who don't like, who don't share. But they are watching you. They are actually your followers. And when the chips are down, when they need a solid legal advice, they know who to come to. So you must ensure that whatever you're sharing is the truth. Number three is that for you to grow your law practice on your digital, your online practice, you are, like I have said, you must be consistent. You must show up every time. You must ensure that whatever you are preaching online is the truth. Number three is that you must ensure, I ensure that I comply strictly with the confidentiality clause. Most times, clients are so afraid to patronize you online. Even up till today, you still get, when people enter your DM, they now say, "I hope you not use me as an example." And I say, no, this is not that kind of space. Anything you discuss here is strictly confidential. Your scenario or whatever will not be used as a story or whatever. There are so many of them. So these people need assurances. You don't have a right to begin to screenshot DMs or chats of people to make an analysis. People are afraid of that, and people actually, and that's another online market. People don't want to, I've had messy issues that people don't want to discuss with their relatives. They prefer somebody that they have known digitally, that they feel that yes, competent and will handle it without judging them, without having an opinion. As far as I'm concerned, I'm not a moral judge. I'm here to discuss the law and ensure that the position of the law is complied with. If there's a breach, there's a remedy. I'm talking about the law, not moral. So, when you understand these guidelines, you now have an understanding that you are here for business. It's not, you are here for business. And number 4, and I'll wrap it up on this, is that most people don't show, I'll give you an example. Over time, because of the nature of my practice, I wouldn't do videos on my weekend gown and all that. So there was a day we just finished in court and somebody took a picture of us and I had to reshare because it was a learned shake. And I said, a client reached out to me and said, so you did go court. I was, and I said, what do you mean? He said, you called me Oga. And I said, no, I just thought that is the office thing here and the meetings that you do. So what does that mean? And do you know that the very next day, the guy scheduled a meeting with me because he had a contentious matter in court. So what that means is that he had been watching, he had been discussing. I just thought it's when it comes to land transactions, you ask, no, that trouble. Why you trouble on my work now? Do you get? So most times, show these people, show your clientele, your followers, the other side of you, every aspect of what you do. Show them the day to day. Oh, you are in court, walking to court. Let them see you in action. You are heading for a meeting. Let them see you having that meeting. You have meetings with expatriates. Have a recording of course, with the consent of your client. Let them know that you are, ensure that you show to these people. There's what we call top of the mind awareness. Let these people have an idea of what you do every time, what you do and how you do it. It builds trust, it builds a relationship. They feel that they're a part of your life. And over time, they come to you. And, if you imbibe these 4 steps that I've mentioned, of course, there are quite more, but because of our time, I will limit myself to those. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. This is a masterclass on its own because when you started with show up consistently, it is like your office. I was like, some lawyers actually feel that people who show up consistently online show up because they are not busy. I've seen a lawyer that said that those people that show up on social media is because their hands are not full. If their hands are full, they won't even have that. And I'm like, oh my God, like in this age, you actually think, have you seen my schedule some days? Have you seen like the long hours? Because I'm sure that you are right busy where you are. You stepped out from an event. I've seen days that I came in from, was it 2 days ago? We had the tax webinar. I had a very long day at work, walked in straight, drove the car parked. I literally did not even park well and came to set the ring light. Like, and some people will now say I showed up because I am less busy. Like, can you imagine in this age? So I was just like, hey, these people don't understand that it is just what we have to do because it is the same thing as doing the actual work because we just have to show up and we have to show up well.
Very well.
And also when you talked about we ensuring that whatever we say is true, I'm like, do people really even know that when you are doing some research for content creation, it helps to deepen your knowledge? Because there are certain things that personally I had to, because you want to say it online, you've known it, maybe residual knowledge for a long time in law, but now you want to come up with content and you're like, this position of the law, let me double check and everything. And you have to do deep research. And it just deepens your legal knowledge on that aspect as well. And when it comes to confidentiality, I think I made a video about it sometime. Lawyers, especially on X Space, they will just come and just say in court today they will expose their client, expose everything. I'm like, hey, is it that there is no rule of confidentiality in this profession again? You may even go viral, you may get a lot of people to like your comment and everything, but these people will not bring you clients because they are now scared that
True.
your mouth will not, be zipped. And they need someone, who can, who can keep their confidence. Just like what you said, that some people prefer to reach out to lawyers who do not even know them physically. I've seen people who reached out to me to say, I have a family lawyer, but I don't want my family lawyer to handle it because he's too close to the family. I just need a
Yes.
lawyer who is neutral, who I met online, and who does not even know me or where I stay, to handle this matter. So we just have to be very careful. Thank you so much for that. So we have 5 minutes more. So let's still take some questions. Okay, you've talked about content creation. So I'm going to jump in because you said we should show the different parts of our work. We should show behind the scenes, we should show different things. And I'll just jump that. Okay, I want to ask another question. I see a lot of lawyers on Instagram doing splash sales and promo. They will say company registration is 50,000, splash sales 25,000, promo this one, and they will put their wig and gown and they will run ads. Sir, what do you have to say about that?
Now, you see, the RPC, many people will say that, oh, you are flouting the RPC, you are doing this, you are doing
Can you
that.
hear me,
Like,
sir?
yes, can you hear me? Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Hello?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Hello?
Can you hear me? I can hear you.
Hello?
Hello? Okay, can you hear me?
Oh,
Can
great,
you hear
great,
me?
great. So for lawyers
Okay,
who do splash sales, yes, I can. For lawyers who do splash sales and promo, what do you have to say about that?
I lost you.
Can you hear me now, sir?
Okay, I lost you. Yes, you said for lawyers who do splash sales and all
Can
that,
you hear me now?
right? Yes, I can hear you. Can
Yes,
you hear
lawyers
me?
who do, okay, we have yes, company registration package 50,000, splash sales 25,000, and all those kind. They will now list all their services and now put some, 20,000 for business name, 10,000 for this one, that one. They will now do splash sales and promo. What do you have to say about that, sir?
Now, well, at times we need to do an in-depth analysis, like Mrs. Omotosh earlier mentioned, that many people have not taken time to study the RPC. Now, what the RPC says is that we must not represent the legal profession in a way that is undignifying. Can you hear me? Yes, that we must not represent the legal profession in an undignifying manner. That's on one side. Number two, don't forget that we now have the Remuneration Act for legal practitioners, and it has dictated clearly what we should charge for professional services. Now, if you do that, now for those lawyers who now say, oh, you can do this, you can do that, we are not saying that you shouldn't run your adverts, but you must ensure that it's in a dignifying way. You are not supposed to market your services like a Kote or a Jasawa. The way you must be dignifying about it. Oh, yes, we are running a 20% splash on CAC registration. It is not mandatory that you state it's not mandatory that you state the actual figure that you are doing it. There's and these are, so you need to be careful when walking the borders of running your materials. Ensure that it's dignifying, worthy of the legal profession. You are not, you won't see a organizer displaying that inflate your tires here at 300 naira or at 200 naira. Even if organizer will not do that, why would you, as a legal practitioner, begin to put out? Because the truth of it is that, as far as I'm concerned, that's what I'll tell you this for free. I think as far back as 2016, I've been charging for registration of business name. I've been charging as much as 100,000. If you want to go and do with people who are doing it for 10,000, go and do it. It's not about having a large number of people patronize you. So there is a way a different approach works for different people. Can you hear me? 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 Can you hear me?
Hello.
Hello, can you hear me, ma? Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Yes,
Okay.
apologies.
All right,
So,
sorry.
I really appreciate you. Where I was hearing you at some point, the line was breaking and all that, but I got to the point where you said that we should make it dignifying. So,
Yes.
and we shouldn't forget about the remuneration order. We shouldn't, now go below the remuneration order, and we should at least make it look dignified. It's not like
Very
we'll
well.
now be
Yes.
putting 2 naira and be slashing 2 naira to 1 naira and all
Yes.
that. Thank you so much. So this is 8:51 p.m. So I would not be able to exhaust the questions, so that final thoughts generally about online law
Okay.
practice.
So
Thank you.
thank you so much for having me. I apologize for the interruptions. I'm actually at an induction for Braipan. And I just said it's important that I take this call. Having said that, I want to
Hello.
encourage. Hello, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Hello, can you hear me, ma? Okay, I can see that some other people can hear me. Let me just say that, but the host can't hear. But my parting words will be that for everyone who is putting in the effort, you might be surprised that people are, they might not comment, but people are watching. You have people who are following you at the right time. They will reach out to you and give you businesses
Hello.
that would. Yes, welcome back, man.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. So I was saying that my parting words will be that for everyone
who is pushing their firms
Thank you.
digitally. Keep doing the work. Keep doing the work.
So
Keep
I was
putting in the work.
asking about your final thought. I don't know if you've been able to.
Yes, that's what I'm in the process of giving that. So I'm saying that for everyone who has been showing up consistently online, keep doing that. Don't relent. Somebody somewhere is watching. And very soon, I'm sure that they are telling others about you.
Okay.
Some of them are archiving your videos. Some of them are saving it for the rainy days. And you can be sure that one day soon, they will reach out to you and give you a business that would change your level, that will change your status. So keep putting in the work. It might look like nothing is happening, but you can be sure that something is happening. And the thing about the online digital practice is that it gives you access. It gives you access. Today, different days. Like I mentioned, I'm somewhere. It was as a result of my digital law practice that I was invited. I've been invited on TV, on radio. I've been invited by the MBA and so many other forums that ordinarily, if I had stayed in my small office, I wouldn't have gotten that access. So keep showing up. Someday soon, you would, you would cash out big. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you. Thank you so much. That was a wonderful one. We really appreciate you. It's a whole masterclass on its own, like 6-7 figures masterclass, because it is not every day that we get to see people who are willing to generously share from their wealth of experience. So we really say thank you to you on behalf of Digital Lawyers Network. Please, let's say thank you to Mr. Ige in the comment section. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Really appreciate you. Do have a lovely event, sir. And thank you for, giving us time. Thank you for making out time, because I know that you are in an event and we appreciate you. Thank you, sir. Bye.
Thank you. All right, bye. Enjoy your birthday. Bye, everyone. Yes.
Thank you. Okay, so we've heard from Mrs. Omotosho and Mr. Ige about online law practice. Personally, I can relate with what Mr. Ige said, his final thought, because he said that even if you have started creating content online and you feel like people are not seeing you, you feel like you're not getting results, just keep doing it. You will be shocked that people are already saving your videos. They're already sharing your videos. In fact, some people are already making up their mind that, whenever I need legal service, I'm going to contact this lawyer. So you don't have to just give up. Some people would have, some people would have it fast. It's possible that some people will start their digital law practice today and they're going to start getting clients today. And it's possible that some people would, they would use a long period of time. But the only thing is for you to be consistent. Be consistent, be sure that the position of the law you are sharing is right. As Mr. Ige just said, you would get a lot of opportunities. There are places that I've been invited to, tables where I've sat, conferences where I've spoken, that if I had remained in my small law office, I wouldn't have gotten those opportunities. And just like Mrs. Motosho said, people will say, you can only get small clients online, 15 naira clients online and all that. They don't know what they are saying, because people are closing deals daily. People are closing 7 figures, 8 figures, 9 figures deals online daily. So before we go, I just want to say that our for my birthday promo is still live till 12 midnight. I sent the message round. If you want to join the Digital Lawyers Bootcamp, the regular fee is 70,000. The early bird registration is 50,000, but the birthday promotion fee is 40,000 naira. So if you're interested, just send me a DM. I'm going to share the account details with you, and you are just going to make payments. But anything from 12:01 tonight, 12:01 a.m., you are going to pay the normal fee. So don't even bother to ask me, can I still pay the promo? Don't bother. If that's what you want to ask, don't even bother. Because in fact, I asked myself if I was actually going to do this. And if you want to do the one-on-one done with you, an accountability session for people who know that, they're not good in learning in a class, they want that one-on-one touch. We are going to work together, set your strategies together. In the one-on-one session, we don't teach. Is 1 month, and what we do is I have a personal session with you online. for a month. We are going to strategize on what we want to achieve. We are going to create your content calendar together. I'll be telling you, this is what you should do, this is what you should not do, and that is what we do. One-on-one is 150,000, but if you want to make payments tonight, it is 120,000, but it ends by 12 a.m. tonight. That is when it ends. So if you didn't make payment tonight, you want to pay tomorrow, it's 150,000. So before we go, do we have any questions? Do we have questions? Do you have questions before we go? Questions. Yes, somebody saying thanks a million. Okay, somebody saying keep putting in the work. Someone is watching. That is true. Somebody is watching. People are watching. Many people are watching. Okay, great. So if there are no questions, thank you so much, everybody. I really appreciate you. Wish me happy birthday before I go now. You not type happy birthday in the comment section before I go. Oh yeah, type happy birthday before we go. You will not even sing for me. Oh yeah, sing for me now. Type happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday in the comment section. Type happy birthday. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, someone has a question. My question relates to sharing content describing client scenarios. Okay, for content describing client scenarios, don't share content that describe client scenarios. If you are going to share any content that describe client scenarios, make sure it is a fiction. All those content you see that I share, that I say, Madam Digital Lawyer, I need this, I need that, they are fictions. They are not real content. They are fiction. So if you want to share any content, please don't go and share your client's content, except you have spoken with the client, of course. If the client says, oh, I give you authority to share my content, I give you this permission and all that, fine. But if the client does not, please just do fiction. Just pick something from your head, from something that you have witnessed before or something. Don't go and share client scenarios because you have that duty of confidentiality. Most of the things I share are all fictions. All those stories, they are fiction. No, they are fiction. You have to pick it from your head and just write. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. So if there are no further questions, thank you, everybody. Do have a lovely weekend, a lovely night rest. Bye. I love you. Bye.